Hello and welcome. My name is MisterInSayne, and today I'm going to show you how to make the seamless double retractable staircase that I've made. I know this tutorial has taken a while, mostly because I've been trying to optimize it and it's taken quite a while. Because, well, I've recorded this entire tutorial, well, almost entire tutorial already, but then messed something up. One of the improvements I made it not work anymore, so that was fun to figure out at the end of the tutorial pretty much. But yes, I now figured it out. I got a good design and I'm gonna show you how to build it. Okay, so basically this is what it looks like. It consists of two parts. First the tileable section, which is this, and the timer, which is this part. It looks very complex, but I'm gonna show you exactly how to make it, so don't worry too much about it. And it looks like this. Outwards is super fast, and inwards is a little bit slower, but I still think it's fast enough. The reason it's made out of two parts is because the um, both sides are so different from each other that it's easier and way less resource heavy to split the timer and the actual tileable part up, and that way you can just place it actually, or at least that way it's feasible in survival mode as well. So let's show you how to build it. Alright, so first off we have the tileable part, which is, I'm gonna do it two off the ground, but basically an observer, then another observer, then a space of two, and another observer like that. Put pistons like so, then three out, and make a sort of T shape with the pistons on top. And another observer here, and here. Then one here, and all the way until where you have the wall, because the wall is going to be about here, with the gap here, which is going to be so, and then a staircase here if you want a staircase, or any block that isn't a full block, basically, which is very important because otherwise things get messy. But yes, if you just use a staircase, it's all fine, and it actually helps because if you make a staircase out of it and you have a staircase this way, it actually becomes a block face. You can't see that it is a staircase, unlike like here. But as soon as you get the next one next to it, it actually blocks it. So that actually helps. Then two up, and then right above the last piston, you're gonna need a observer downwards and one facing out again. And you can get the access blocks off, and it looks like this. And basically, the way it works is, if you have it retracted, it first pushes this one out, then it pushes this one out, pushes this one, and this one. And inwards, it's this one, then goes back down. At the same time, this one, whilst this one fires twice to grab that one. Then this one fires again. This guy grabs it down. And this guy pushes it out. And I don't know if I can do this with the... Yeah, there is a bit of a messy thing, which the timer does, where it fires something at the right time to grab this one and pushes it there, which I can't really show right now, except for by doing that. But the timer does it better, basically. But that's how it retracts. Alright, let's work on the timer. Alright, so for the timer, we're gonna start by... Actually, this is gonna be a oak slab. We're gonna place something underneath each one, and this one has one on top. We don't actually need these blocks. This is also a slab, and then this should be a block again. From here, we're gonna go one down, like so, and place one here. These are gonna be two blocks with two repeaters on tick 2 on there. Then we're gonna add a observer here with some redstone. Then an observer here with a block here, and that's gonna connect to that. So basically, this one fires, puts there, this triggers, this one sends it through there. There's also a half step here, which connects to this guy, which sends it over to this guy. Now this one connects to this guy, and we're gonna add an observer on top of here. which is gonna be either a block or a redstone, whichever you favor. And if you fire this, I'm gonna add a little thingy here, because this is the block that we're gonna pull to here. And then if you trigger it, it should do half of it, and then if you trigger it again, it should do the other half, which is perfect. So now we're gonna add a little thing to make sure it fires twice. So we're gonna remove that and replace it, which is gonna do some stuff, but that's all fine. Place this here and place sticky pistons facing that way. Then observer there, and basically what this is gonna do is it triggers this once, and then triggers that a second time, and the second time, instead of doing that again, it pulls it back in and doesn't fire because this is a half snap. So what happens then is, if we place that there and trigger this, grabs it and cycles it through. So that guy comes there. Awesome. Alright, so the next part is doing that again, because now we're gonna try and grab this one, but pull it back, and eventually gonna pull it down here. But first we're gonna have to pull it back and just fire that middle sequence, which is a 5-timer tick, which I like to do this way, because it's slightly faster, you don't have to wait for all of the stuff to happen. We're gonna actually use a node block here, and we're gonna put a block on top of it so it doesn't actually trigger, doesn't actually make a sound. You can also use a, what's it called, hopper or some other things, but I like to use node blocks because it's one redstone dust and some wood. Generally you have plenty of wood. Now, what was the other thing I needed to do? Oh yeah, this one needs to face downwards. So now, if you place this guy here and trigger this, you should grab it and pull them back. Then still needs to trigger this guy, which is this guy sideways and then up. Then that guy there, place some redstone, and that should trigger that. So if we place that back, I'll get it. It grabs it there, and then it can go down, and then it grabs the next one from here. Like so. And the first one, which is this block, is just trigger this guy, like that. Alright, so for the next part, we're gonna connect this guy up, that once the second one is cycled, the third one triggers, which is this one. And for that, we're gonna break some stuff again. I'm sorry, I should probably do it in one go. But this makes more sense to show it how it works piece by piece. Then we're gonna go out 2, 1 tick, and this one on 2 ticks. Then this one goes up. And now, if we have these two, it's not gonna work because nothing pulls down yet. So if I fire this one, it grabs the second one. Something went wrong there. I removed this redstone. Yes. Alright, so now if we trigger it, it grabs it, moves it, and then it should grab the second one, but it doesn't because it doesn't pull it down yet. So that's gonna be the next part, which is just these guys out. We don't need these blocks, however. I'll add this, and if I remember correct, I don't remember correctly, it's actually, yeah, that's it. We place one here. And this gets the single tick again. Put this guy there. Make this down. And this redstone. Then add this guy, which makes this trigger 1 tick after. And then now if we trigger it, grabs it, moves it down, and grabs that. So we still need to do the first one, which is gonna be over here. Let me quickly check. Over there, 1 here, and then 3 down, 1 out from here, and this one cycles back to trigger the initial stuff, which goes there. We're gonna add a block here, and then space in between. I didn't mean to slap that. Fine, I'll fix it in a sec. There we go, and then if we trigger this one, it should cycle the entire thing. Let me add these guys. And that's how it looks. So to cycle it outwards, we just add blocks here with a repeater on 3 ticks and observe it downwards with redstone dust. We can add another one here, and this is going to be a repeater just so it works. We'll add one here and a space in between, then an observer facing downwards, add redstone on top of that, and a block here to make this one connect to that. Then an observer outwards with a node block. Sadly, we can't use a redstone here because it'll connect to that. Place that, and an observer downwards. There we go. This block is mainly so that you don't hear the music, but you can use a hopper or things like that again, like last time. And then if we add a little bit like this, add the blocks, and then make sure everything is connected up, and put a node block here to make it work. And similarly, if we do it over here, as soon as we... I'll get it at some point. As soon as we trigger this, it's going to cycle it backwards, and we can basically make it go back and forth, like that. So next up is the triggering mechanism, which is basically a piston over here with an observer facing this way. And then, whoops, I shouldn't have done that. And this is going to be our firing mechanism. I'll set it up so that we can actually see that it happens. There we go. Some redstone here. And we're going to need a repeater to make sure it works. Let me grab a lever. It's set up right? No, because it's going to trigger the out first. There we go. So if we then activate it, it's going to push it out, and if we activate it again, it's going to pull it in. And there you go. So now to make it a staircase, let me remove these, because we don't need it anymore. Basically, you make it go one down. Up works too, I'll show that in a second. These guys outwards, and this guy outwards. Then actually this guy is just out here, and then downwards. These guys downwards too, and these guys outwards and up. Then from here you're gonna go all the way to the wall again. This one out, 3 pistons, 1 piston there, and 1 piston there. And then if we add the wall, the fake wall, I'll just do that, grab one of these, place it here, and finish the wall. It's on, so it should be outwards, like so. Then if we trigger it, it pulls it back in. And you can repeat this pattern as far as you want. You can also just make it go straight, and it works the same way. Now, let me jump cut to show you upwards. Alright, so to go upwards, you do the same thing, but these guys go up and then out. This guy goes up and then out. And this guy, you don't need the bottom ones like in the last one, but you just take the top ones and then go up. Then over here you go one out. This one goes all the way to the wall again. You add a little staircase here. Whoops, staircase here. And this guy still needs to go down 1. Pistons 3 times there. 1 over here and 1 up here. Get the wall in place. It's on, so it should be outwards. And then this is the other way, where if you turn it off, it grabs it. And if you turn it on, it pushes it out. And this works with staircases as well. Let me quickly see if I can find the dark oak. So because it's how it's set up, it should only grab the top one, but if I add this, it'll also show that the bottom one becomes a full surface. As soon as it's drawn in, it connects to the staircases that are next to it, and it turns into a full block, even though it's actually a staircase, as you can see here. So that's how you do it. And like I said, you can just do it straight as well, but that's just the same pattern over and over, and it's tidyable. Hi! Awesome! I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps someone, and I hope you make amazing builds. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye!